Alrighty. Welcome to the first affiliate stream. Would you look at that? It finally happened. Took forever, but I finally got affiliate. Alright, so today we're just running through some packaging steps. So let's do that. So this is obviously off. Spawn managers do not need updating. We'll double check that Sky is working. Indeed is working. Make sure the level is being carved out with water. I do need to do a few posts too. Why not? Let's go all out today. Um, oh yeah, I need some tags for my posts. Brr, 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 brr. I forgot to do something. Go live. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna put that there. Whatever. Um, okay. Sorry for people watching. I was doing my posts and stuff. I still have to do live now, doing some builds and stuff. Okay, I think I posted enough here. So, I am now packaging my game to get ready for everything for this coming up test. So I'm making sure water volumes are intact because they have a habit of breaking sometimes. And they're working. I don't need to do this. Let's remove all the default maps. So let's go to newbie yard. Take this off here. And oops. Well, it's oop, that's the wrong one. Dang it. So if any of you questions, like it's going to be kind of a chill stream. So if you have any questions about Unreal or the MMO, happy to talk about it. I'm going to be just kind of hanging out and doing a build and seeing how everything goes here. This is our dungeon for the dragon raid. Little dragon cave going on over here. That one's good. I think that's everything I need. Character select. That one's good. I will also double check the newbie yard for overrides. Overrides, no overrides. Levels, exploration, and sky. I think exploration I don't need. Let's remove both of these, I think. It's going to do that. And then if I go to the main level, level 001, okay, so that's all good. We've got the sky. Water volumes are intact. Exploration should be here. Level exploration, indeed. And enemies. Oh, my kiddo is waking up here, so I'll be right back. Get her settled, and I'll come back. Jestra, you you're awesome. You are my first sub. That is amazing, dude. Thank you so much. I'm gonna give you some hearts. Heart. I know, right? First affiliate stream. I know it's like a small thing because it's just affiliate, but hey, I'm happy. Hopefully, it's the start of something. Hey, you got the first tag. I didn't know there's a first tag. Founder. That's so cool. That is so cool that you got a first tag. That is amazing. I'm so happy that was you that did it. That's so cool. All right. So, I'm not sure if you saw it or not, but I am doing the packaging for tomorrow. So I'm going through my packaging steps. We'll get to that soon. That's already done. That's already done because I don't think I even have any of those anymore. I'll get to that. Loading screens. I'm going to make sure all those are set. Widget. Root. Enabled. And then make sure the character select one's on. Here. Yeah. I don't think I ever turned that one off. All right. And then loading screen spectator. I forget what I do for that again. Is it widget spectator root? Loading screen. Okay, that one's good. Print strings. I think I have a few print strings. I think it was in actor component, AI movement. Do I have any print strings here? That one's error. There we go. All right. I think that's the only ones I really care about. Input, maybe there's one here. Okay, this one's can be removed. These are just typical errors or built-in errors. Stats, let's double check this one. Okay. And then disable target dummies. I think I can actually remove this now because they're built in. Overrides, check for overrides. No overrides. Okay. Enable all of the AI. Add that. I have a wonderful button for this. Enable. Let's click on a couple, make sure they're good. Hit save and save. It is. Quest items, world spawns, that's fine. Debug mode is definitely not on. I'll just double check that. Not that it actually shows up when it's a package game, but none. Okay. That's something else. Game instance. Let me hide my screen for 1 second. All right, I'm back. There's a few settings I don't like to show. Yeah, so that. Move custom, yep. And that's irrelevant. Save all, build, paths. Okay. Yeah, I did. All this is fine. And I will be testing locally shortly. So let me go to my project launcher and make sure, in order to test locally, I need to make sure the client is set to development and the server, I think, can stay the same. So now we're going to go to project settings, mounts and modes. We'll just start with the server. Level 001. And game mode server, packaging, all the way down. Yeah, nothing is excluded there. And then, yeah, I think I can build the server now. Save all. And we click on its Emerald Rivers. See if we get any errors. Sometimes after a month of development, heck, after a week of development, sometimes you'll get some packaging errors that are just random. So first we package everything in development mode, and that way I can just log in locally through the command prompt. And do I still need to have, I might still need to have a few things set. Shoot, okay, hold on. All right. I forgot I need a few development settings on in order to be able to test locally. And then the reason that is because I'm not logging in through standard process. So I'm just connecting my client to the dedicated server right away instead of actually logging in through PlayFab, connecting the character select server, then logging in to this character select server. So I have to have some development values. But yeah, hopefully it'd be really fun to have a good turnout. Hopefully we got some hype around it a little bit. And I'm hoping we get some. Oh, let me do this other post. And okay, sweet, fast build. So that's the server. Now we have some different settings. So now go GM client, or do level client. That's not what I clicked. Level client. And packaging. We are going to never cook the game mode server. And additional asset directories is the server files. So now we do, I think that's everything. Maps and mode, client, packaging. Never cook server files. No, additional, so cook server files, never cook the servers. Stuff. Correct. Client. Build away. So the goal here is to do just a little bit of local testing with the, oops, no, I need to click that, with some of the different classes and see what happens. Okay, players, gotta go pull up my character. And if everything goes well, then we do a build for, so that this one's probably going to take a little longer. So this is where we open up our own little new QA test list. So all of this stuff pretty much gets dumped into the big to-do list. Burp. This is going to be in, I'm just going to copy and paste this to each character design section. And now it's out of there. I can also go to Ruins of Tearyn. Did I start a new? I'm going to duplicate this channel. And it's going to be May. I think I put it here, maybe? Where do I put it? There we go. Make sure the settings are correct. View, send. Yeah, so these ones can view it. Have to be an adventurer to send it. I'm still kind of a Discord mod nub. Test. Yeah, no errors on the server build, which when one finishes, usually they all finish. Usually. Knock on wood. I'm knocking. Alright, so we have to test the cleric, rogue, mage, archer, warrior, enchanter. We also need to make sure campfire stuff is working. Test first character login. Can you use your abilities? I think those are the major bugs. Chile. Also test Chile's campfire. Oh yeah. Test if you can use R2 and R3 abilities when you do not have the ability. right when you do not have R1. Okay. This is kind of our little. So Archer, I don't really need to test, but I touched it, so I kind of have to test it anyways. But that should be a relatively easy test. Like the key here, I'm not trying to do. This is not about doing, massive level 1 to 10 type of grind testing. This is mostly try out level 1, make sure there's no bugs, and then kind of set my character level up a little bit and make sure all the buttons are working as intended. And from there, go on to the next class. Yeah, poor Archer. I know. The one class that got shafted. It's not enough time. I really did. So my last couple playtests, I've been trying to do too much the day before, and it ends up resulting in the servers not going live until a day or two after they're supposed to. So this time I cut myself off. I'm like, nope, not doing it. And quite honestly, I think I just in general, my brain's a bit burnt out design-wise this month. There's a lot to do, so I need to have a bit of a reset. And sometimes too, sometimes it's good to feel out the other classes as they are, and that can impact how you design the next class. Like me working on the Enchanter and figuring out, holy crap, I could make critical abilities their complete own thing was massive for every other class that came through design. And so that was really fun and interesting. And I'm figuring out all these like new mechanics I'm putting into. Like yeah, the Enchanter has giving the Enchanter proc mechanics and buffing people with proc buff or proc attacks. Um, the Warrior and be able to redirect health. So I think I will do the most basic test of the Archer first. Come on, you can do it. I was so annoyed that I got so it was a really weird change in it was never an issue in Unreal Engine 4 because I started vertical third in Unreal Engine 4. Whereas if you have a data table with an empty text field, it would never throw an error before. But when Unreal 5 hit, for some reason, having an empty text field um, it throws this warning. You can completely ignore it; doesn't affect anything. But I used to have perfectly clean, zero warning uh, packages, which is always nice. And now I don't. now it's just spammed with these stupid F text is empty. Uh, spammed warnings. This is still going to be a little while here. But yeah, we had it was kind of like looking back at everything I did on my patch notes. So um, add the ability for critical casts. That was a pretty decent system change. Um, adding removing passives through buffs and debuffs. That was a nice change. That was a tiny thing. Polish the ground targeting stuff for spells is actually a really nice polished feature. I didn't have ground targeting stuff in yet. Well, no, there were no abilities implemented with it, and so polishing up was really nice. It was nice to have a little bit of a different way of doing, or adding the ability for enchanters and clerics to get critical hits is really nice. And now enchanters last month, enchanters didn't even have crits at all because they didn't have an auto attack. New feature to be able to use an ability that targets both the ally and the enemy. So it uses it can use either. So you can have your enemy target like affect the ally or the ally target affect the enemy. That was cool. The health redirect functionality is really cool for the warrior. As a tank, I really like that ability. And even this was kind of fun. The fact that I can throw a voice line thing in on animation, and it actually changes based on what type of character model you have. Yeah, the crit update. And then stagger. Stagger was a mechanic I really wanted to have in the game because it kind of follows through that aspect of. Now, right now, there still isn't a lot of characters that have stagger. I did mean to like kind of put a little bit on everyone, but at the same time, you do have enchanters that can give everyone a stagger proc. And then the mage has like I think one stagger spell, maybe. Maybe I put it on Bombard or Fireball. I'm not sure. They have their long cooldown magma ball thing, and that is almost a full stagger when it hits, but it's a 5-minute cooldown. Then all the enchanter stuff. The enchanter took quite a while to get going. All the enchanter stuff. All the warrior stuff. Um, Yeah. And I was like, okay, I have too much stuff to write down. I can't do it. Fix the fire pots not being casted. Um, if you have different rotation ruins. I have to check on one thing for my kiddo. BRB. All right. Did I do UI changes? Was it the hotbar I did? Did I do some UI stuff? I think I maybe messed a little bit with the hotbar at the bottom. I can't remember if that was this month or last month. It's been a bit of a blur. All right, so this is local playtest notes. All right, what's the number we're at here? 393 remain out of 10,000. Probably another 5 minutes. Oh, the other thing I can do is I had this randomly a crystal gave, or no, a crystal, using a crystal showed +5 on the map, but was only +1. So I'll have to figure out what's going on there. I wonder if is it stack related? 5 stacks. Maybe that's what it was. If we finish this quick, well, I'll probably be too tired. I haven't slept yet, so um, I'm kind of vibing today. I did a bit of back and forth between game dev and league. I almost hit D2. I was 90 points. Needed one more win. And then I had 3 games. Thank you, Melzy. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm super stoked. I had wonderful Jestro over here give me the first sub. He even got the first. He even got the. I didn't know Twitch has a first icon now. It's like a founder icon. That's so cool. Like, way to go, Twitch, on that front. And so now I'm just doing builds. I already built the server. So now we're building the client. This is in dev mode. And then I'll fire up the server locally and do some local play testing. And this is what I'm mostly testing. I'm just trying to, at a very basic level, make sure everything works from a skills perspective. I'm actually going to set myself to level 10. Well, technically I should probably have every character start at 1. Let me set myself to 1. And then I have a command I can level myself up with. But yeah, I'm hoping I get some. It'll be a fun couple of days of testing. Yeah, poke a few of these creators again. Where's it's been a while since I poked Lazy Peon. Is it All right. Boom. Shoot my shot. I poked that guy. Okay. This is a bit of a longer packaging. I forget if there's anyone else to poke. Who else have I poked before? Come on, build. I'm losing steam here. I'm supposed to. Maybe I'm gonna get some music going. I'm gonna put some Armin van Buuren on. Maybe I'll go to one of my. I'll switch over to. Let me go to some random. I'm gonna do one of my old EDM like dubstep playlists. Music. Good old Fox Stevenson. All right. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. Who else? Let me go and look at one other guy who I messaged on Discord. Uh, can't remember. Did I join his Discord or not? Sorry, I'm running some messages to potential people to hopefully have a solid display of people show up. And I have a gajillion windows open at the moment. Trying to keep my brain active right now. So I am typing some stuff up. That's not what I wanted. Dun, 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 dun. Where is the thing I'm looking for? Okay. Where did my music go? Is it coming back finally? Okay, I can close that window. I can close that window. I can skip that song. Alright, not feeling this music. Armin van Buuren. Essential Mix. Let's go 2009. Hey, there's the build. File, save all. Testing time. Alright, go here, go here. Ruins of Tearyn. Throw up the server. Client. Windows client was built right now. Open 127. Come on. You can see I got connected here. This is just an inventory thing loading at the moment. Alright, now we can just TP. What is it? Oh, I can use my fire pots, I think. There's a glitch here. Is that a glitch? What's going on with that? I don't know what's going on with that. There's like a view glitch. A water glitch. What? Alright, so I can't use my dodge. 2, 3, 4. So before I could use these abilities even when I didn't have them. So now I'm just walking back to the start. So we have all our AI enabled. That's looking good. Got our map. Now this is the old school MMO, right? Got the Armin van Buuren plan. Grind some XP. It brings you back. Alright, let's test good old Chile over here. Can't click anything. Do I get the buff? There's the buff. Cool. There's the campfire. Tink. Alright, gonna take a quick look in here. I want to make sure that, yeah, all those are on. Just make sure this is working fine. Yep. Alrighty. Let's give the archer a quick test here. Power shot. Bam. And see, now you have the little bit of the campfire to help you as a newbie. And that like is insanely better for like early levels that they have a little bit of a crutch on level 1 monsters. Alright, so now I get to do a massive crit here. Big power shot. There's the new cast bar. Boom. Silk boots. I need to destroy all this stuff so I don't... Oh, those are the ones I maybe just got. I'm gonna drop this, drop that. Destroy. Destroy. And also this should no longer... Yeah, see, I can't click up. I can't go past 3. Can't go over under 1. And so my previous dupe bug is at least disabled client side. And I'm going to drop that, and drop that. Big shot. Bam. Holy shit, that did 176 damage. I wasted my crit. Classic archer win. Definitely got a headshot on that one. Oh no. I almost increased the leash range. Pew. Dodge. I was supposed to be able to do that. There you go. All right. I'll have a 1 cheat. A campfire. There we go. Alright, so that pretty much shows the current archers working. So I'm just going to go ahead and level myself up. Boom. Alright, level up. Yay! Alright, so boom, boom, boom. I can now kite. Alrighty. Level up again, level 4. So I got kick trap now. Ooh, a bow. Hot shit. Alright. Big crit coming. Big crit. Big damage. Alrighty. Pretty much everything is looking pretty good for the archer. Headshot. Alright. I think this is pretty good. Boom. Archer's still fun, even though it's didn't have the full redesign. I can't explain how much. Just that campfire there was actually so nice. Ooh, immune. Take that. Bam. Snare trap. One life. Big crit, big crit, big crit. Kite, kite, kite. Get the campfire. Big crit. Or big hit. Boom. Rest. Alright, so now we're going to switch over my class. Let's go to the cleric. And now we're just going to reopen. And it should pretty much plot me right where I was. Alright. Past basic QA. Archer. Oh, I did forget to set my level down. Let me do that. So this is a level 1 cleric. Start with smite, heal over time. So now the cleric should feel pretty good. Smite. Let's get it. Smack. Smack. Triple smite. Bam. Alright, now it's going to be even cooler now. Is the cleric now gets full crit. So every hit now does crit. Crit. Boom, boom, boom. Deleted. I'm about to be deleted. Oh shit. Wrong heal. Oh my god. I'm a scrub. I'm a scrub. All I had to do was whack it one more time. 3 health. Come here, you. Was trying to do a quick heal. And I'm doing my longest heal. Oh, I do need to, that's fine, whatever. This should be giving me mana, right? Yeah. Holy strike. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so maybe I'll actually be a cleric. Heal over time. Wow. Look at that. A healing spell on a healing class. Oof, please hit, please hit, please hit. Yes. Alright, time to go heal up. So far, so good. No issues. I'm going to redeem something here. Okay. Just to make sure. Registry of Chronicles. Nothing broke. Defeats. Bam. There's my level. It's got my level. Here's my healing buff. All the new effects are coming through nicely. This is level 2. Meditate for my 3rd spot here. Holy Strike. Yeah. I forgot to set the ash. Okay. There's one thing to fix. Just a 2-second fix. Ash pickup animation is not set to a Cinti core animation. So you just nosedive. Beep, beep, beep. Let's drop another campfire. Heal up, med up. I do feel like campfire stuff is not giving mana resources or whatever. Snowed it real good. Hello, King. That's how I usually grab stuff off the ground. I don't see the issue. Just nosedive. Okay, it's like a bee and puppy cat. It's like it's a thing from there. If you know that show. Campfire is not granting the mana, stamina. Doesn't feel like it is. Oh, hello, bear. Goodbye, bear. Goodbye, bear. Get my R3. Open. Pew pew pew. Alright, let's kill that thing. Let's get ourselves a level. No, I am level 3. What did I get? I got root. Big damage. Saving my crit for next monster. But so far so good. If I go here, I get R3. And oh, I still can. I can use my R3 still. And my Q. And my R. So that didn't get fixed. What gives? Can still use abilities when I do not. I can still use R2, R3 without having R1. I thought I fixed that. Lame. Come on. Holy strike. Heal over time. Smite. Alright. So here's the new improved targeting selection. And so I have a R, this is Q is your heal over time. You can see I'm trying to do the tooltips. So you have R1, heal over time, R2, small heal. Over here, R1, heal all players in areas for small amount over time. So wait, to level 4 with my big smite. Got the mace. Where's my campfire? Alright, new campfire. Alright, so overall, so I got resurrect. Nothing to really test there. Heal on hit. So this is where I can do a debuff on this target. Oh wait, that's design. Wait, what? Oh yeah. I don't want to do that one. I want to do R1. Heal on hit. So now when I attack the target, I have a chance to heal myself. Well, the second one is a little start a pickup. Okay, here's a bug. Alright, ground target select is requiring several clicks to work. Very bad feel. Okay, the other one is low health, sure. Oh, I could add the 30-second CDR for the AoE heal. Alright, so here is now, I can do a holy buff debuff. So now my smites deal more damage. And the second one is a holy blast. Boom. Kind of like a little fast blast thing. And then the third one actually does healing and damage. I just used all my mana up. Alright, outside of a few things here, ground target stuff, and these are like not cleric specific. I guess this is cleric specific, that's it. Just the AoE heal needs to have like a cooldown. Those are fine. Alright. So as much as I love to keep going, I need a nap. I need a nap. I'm crashing out. I thought I'd be able to get a bit more testing in, but actually, I'm gonna try and wake up a little bit, and I'm gonna jump on my roar for a few minutes. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna load up. I want to try and just get some of the testing done, and then so we'll do Rogue next, even though the Rogue's kind of in a weird state. Oh, I didn't set the level. All right. I'm just gonna mute the stream, and I'm gonna go sit. Let's go stealth. Get to a safe spot. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I'll go stealth. All right. I'm just gonna mute the stream, and I'll be right back. All right. We back. Wave 2. So many waves we get. Hello. No. Hey, Lions. Hey, Lazy Lion. How you doing? Oh, things are going awesome, dude. Huge changes to the warrior, cleric, enchanter, mage. The rogue has a directional pass at stuff. So what I was trying to do with the rogue is make them sort of an auto attack based class, and their buttons down here will be positional based. So the shift is left side of the target, Q is front side, E is backstab, and R is right side. You get different bonuses for each one. So right now I'm just backstabbing. And I'm just auto-attacking. Unfortunately, at low levels, the rogue doesn't have a lot. Which is why the fireplace over here exists. So the rotation ruin system has improved a lot. So now when you get a crit, it's actually a whole new ability. And so you don't have critical hits, now you have critical abilities. Which has turned a lot of things in. I'm a little out of breath because I haven't slept. So I just got off the rower to try and wake myself up. All right. So now I have R3, or like, Rotation Ruin 3. It's a critical ability, so my backstab's going to actually deal critical damage, or it should. Now that I say that, I'm not sure if I set backstab to do critical damage. I don't even remember. Okay. And so now the newbie area has a working fireplace, or campfire, I should say. So that really helps just give new players a bit of a crutch. And some of the classes that might feel a little bit weaker aren't as bad. But your backstab also gives you your steel power, so it actually improves your damage too. This is a level 4. I definitely can't do that. So be gone. You also moved the roaming wolf that kept trying to eat the NPC. Yeah, I made it so the NPCs can't be attacked anymore. That was funny. I guess it was any spawn that had the path thing. Yeah. For some reason, NPCs were still kind of, oh, whoops. All right, I might need to give rogues kick at the start, because they have no if they don't get their backstab, they're kind of done. Let's make that change. Rogues get kick at level 1. I don't know if you've seen that death screen, Lion. That's new. All right, I keep hitting shift for stealth. That was the old button. And so your backstab also gives you a power buff. And so there's like different power buffs you can get as a rogue. Eventually you start getting to hit quite hard. But since I don't have the ability to do those right now, there we go. Main hand dagger, off hand dagger. So I could do, no, probably just fine. I could see a turn rate debuff being neat for the rogue. A turn rate debuff? What do you mean a turn rate? Do you mean like a attack speed? How fast the enemy can turn? That doesn't matter too much in tab target though. Oh, I sort of see what you mean like that. I kind of, okay, I get you. I get you. I get you. That could be interesting. So the kick is supposed to kind of solidify that, in that you can kick at any point to get like a bit of a stun. I don't know why I didn't try and stealth there, but okay. And that's why I said I need to put kick as a level 1 ability. I probably do have it, so I get kick at the next level. But this is much slower than the other classes, so let's do level up. Weirdly, the first level up VFX doesn't play. It's odd. So now we have kick. So this should be a lot easier because kick is not. And I believe I have kick so it doesn't use up your ruins. So you can actually follow up with it. So now I do backstab. I deleted that one. And stealth again. So now I can go R3, kick, and now I can get behind it, you know, and do my attack. Stealth. And now backstab. Then we get R3 crit. Boom. Oh, I was too slow. Okay. So R2, so R1 is exposed. So every positional attack, the R1 is exposed weakness. So you can get 4 different exposed weaknesses on a target, which basically means 5% more physical damage on the target for each positional attack you do for R1s. R2s are bleed. And then R3 is backstab, but also auto attack and power. He dodged me. So I can do that. Man, that is not long. Let's try this again. So now I debuffed it, more damage. So the kick is supposed to not. So there I applied a bleed that time. And it's dying. So kick, I want kick to not use your rotations. Do not reset rotation ruins. So you can kick at R3 crit, and then obviously do not reset crit. So that way, it allows you to combo it all together. See how fast it snapped back to you? Do you think you can cast the speed at degrees/seconds? Again, it's just because I need to look at I need to, for one, let the. I mean, I get your point though, with the whole thing. Check on stun durations. There's supposed to be a little bit of a skill factor with it, but your R3 stun is should be long enough to do what you want, and it's resetting it on me. Can you kick a boss? You can kick bosses. All right, level 4. Here we go. So I'm gonna backstab, get a kick, bleed, kick, and now he's dead. It's not bad. Level 3 bear. Yeah, kick at 1 changes everything. So backstab, get a rank 3 kick. Okay, try again apparently. R3 kick, backstab, that's a bleed. Run away. Kick. Got him. Campfire. It's something to think about for sure. King Ding. I could see it being useful for sure. Yeah, it's something to think about. The go-to is obviously a bit more WoW styled, where you're trying to CC them and then do your move, you know. But could be some interesting mechanics there. Backstab, kick, bleed, kick, open wound or whatever it is, more damage, kick. Something's still using my crit up. I think it's the bleeds. Level up. Rogue bleeds. Still resetting crit. Imagine a whole party kicking. That would be funny. The rogue kick build party. There is diminishing returns on. I'm pretty sure there's diminishing returns on Alright, so I got my level up. So now I am what? Level 3? So now I have frontal attacks, right? So now I can do 2 bleeds, technically. Um, so now we do an open with the backstab. Apply my frontal bleed. Kick. Back. Oh, damn. Kick. Back bleed. Dead. But that's the general. That's the direction I was going with this. I want the class to be. So my little bit of inspiration is from a character called Fiora in League of Legends. And Fiora has this mechanic where if you attack every side of your enemy, it procs like a big healing AoE for you. And so I wanted to make this the rogue all about positional because rogues already are backstab focused. So it'd be kind of cool to push them in a direction of positional attack type stuff. And so in a group too, I think this is all the other cool part, right? Traditionally, rogues are a kind of a selfish class in MMOs, and I'm trying to make them a bit more of a team player. And so you have tons of debuffs. Like every one of these can apply the exposed weakness, right? And so there'll be a much better like UX experience for all this, or UI UX experience for all this in the future. But basically, you're improving the making the enemies take 20% more physical damage. And then if you have 2 rogues in the group, they can apply that much faster. And then you also have, you see here, like these are my power buffs. And so you can get them, now I'll probably have these overwrite in the future. But my backstabs, when they're crit and non-crit, give me extra power on my auto attacks. And now it's the same for my frontal attacks. So now I can, backstab. Once I get 3, I can use that. So now I have a front power as well. And you can see my auto attacks are going up. And now I have a additional one as well. And so I think, what is it? Now I can do a backstab crit, I believe. I'm getting this. I need to get my stamina up. This thing's going to get deleted. What level am I? I'm level 3. So bleed, kick. Okay, so one of the job in Final Fantasy 14 is centered around positional skills. It was really fun. That's cool to hear. All right, attack. So Q. I don't need to do that anymore, but Q for dot. Stun. Oh, he parried. Almost done. I'm out of stamina. Alright, got a med up. But yeah, I like them to be like a bit of a debuffer. Sort of bleed based. I mean, bleed based attacks will obviously be a little bit more build oriented. And so I have some base bleeds for open wound, and you get a different you can have up to 4 bleeds, right? You can technically have up to 8 bleeds if you have crit, because right now the crit and non-crit versions still stack. But in the end, they'll probably just overwrite each other, or I'll have some other system for that. Um, but I could open with, that's auto attack and power, backstab and power, crit, bleed, you're dead. Don't even need to do the bleeds. They died too fast. The one difference, if I remember correctly, is that it was front back sides. Yeah. I thought about doing sides, but it just felt like it felt kind of interesting to have 4 buttons at the bottom. I'll be the first one to say, like, right now it's a little bit clunky how it's set up. But I think the overall concept is in the right direction. And because the rogue has the rogue's going to have some sort of special crit mechanic. Because you're a dual wielding class and you're very you get crits fast. There's going to be some sort of crit system I do with the rogue. I don't know what yet, but um, we can see now I have 4 empowers up, and that's empowering my auto attacks. And so I hit my auto attacks have kind of gotten really strong. So they're hitting for a 17 and 12 type thing. All right, let's just level up. Level up. All right, so I got throw dagger now. I'll bleed. Kick. Let me try what level is this guy over here? 4 goblin. And your throw dagger on 3 can also, what the? That did 100 damage? I don't know if that's right. What? Rogue throw dagger did 100 damage? What the heck was that about? I mean, technically the lower level monsters, but it does kind of like, it does actually kind of be, it's a little bit fun. that you can do almost like a stealth backstab, like a critical throw. That is kind of nice. I one-shot that thing. What the hell? Now you get lots of damage bonuses when you're above, a few levels above with something, but so your critical throw now does a snare, a dot, and a snare, but that damage is what the. Like 95 damage plus a bleed. Matsucros. I'm gonna try and take this goblin over here. Oh, I wonder if the auto. No, it shouldn't be. Maybe is throw dagger set to an auto attack. Alright, I'm gonna do this traditional way here. So backstab. I'm gonna do bleeds. So Q bleed. Get a big crit. Crit kick. Backstab bleed. Kick for a stun. There we go. Pop a campfire. I need to cheat and give myself more campfires. I need more campfires. What slide is it in? It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. L4. Let's put this to 10. All right. Got a Pather coming. Let me try and kill a Pather. The one cool part is I did make a camp splitting. I made a distract, like kind of like from WoW. So you can split camps with the rogue. It's the first class that can actually help you split camps. Okay. Dot. Kick. Kick. He buried the kick. Kick. Dot. I need big kick, big kick, big kick, big kick. Run away, run away. Die, 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 die. No, it died after. Lame. No. All right. Level up. Test character 142. What I get? So there's distract. So I can actually go over here and be like, boop, and I'll walk to it and walk back. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Nope. Kill him again, probably. Yep. The problem is the kick resets your rotation ruins. You should be able to kick, jump to the back, backstab type thing. And so the kick is the main like combo breaker in a bad way. I'll be right back. I'm going to check on something. All right. And the rogue will get a lot more useful um, later on when things. Hello, Spellcross. Indie MMO. So it is an indie MMO. There are smaller levels, but we'll grow over time. We have our tech stack figured out. We do basically we're trying to stress test our servers, right? And so right now I'm doing a QA build for the test tomorrow. Uh-oh. Level 7, okay, whatever. Be gone, level 7. And so I'm testing out the rogue right now, a few things with it. How do you plan to deal with the database skill? So right now we use PlayFab, and so they have like character data, title data stuff that is working right now. It's going to take a bit of testing to see if that scales, but like you can see, I'll even show you. Like this is what PlayFab data looks like, right? And this is just for your character. And each one of these are just key value pairs. And so these technically could be like 1,000 kilobytes long, right? Right? Or not? Is it 1,000 kilobytes? 1 kilobyte? 1 kilobyte, I think, is the limit on these. So these can get pretty big. They're obviously I'm highly underutilizing right now, just because I'm kind of in that more early development stages. But I'm going to be using this as much as I can until I find out that it's not manageable. But it doesn't seem to be an issue so far. It seems to work just fine right now. And so those key value pairs keep track of all your achievements. So we had Registry of Chronicles is our kind of questing and achievement thing combined together. And so instead of going and doing a bunch of kill quests or getting fetch quests, you just go out and do a bunch of those things. So I've killed 10 bears, click it, I just got 10 XP or 500 XP. And the cloud with those key value pairs track this. They track all your inventory, your equipment, your crafting inventory. I haven't done quests yet, but you know, that's all in due time. Yeah, if you're a dev yourself, and you're interested in like my approach to the tech stack, I have a whole video on that. Um, here's the video. Here's my like tech stack video. I created it for it. Again, it's trying to keep it stupid simple with the tech stack. Utilize existing technology that already is out there. And like it's kind of keeping that EverQuest model of a server infrastructure, right? Like I'm never going to have to um, support, you know, a million users with a one server, right? It's all one level is one server. So at most, all I have to do is figure out where my player limit is per level. And so my goal is to be like in that 500 person server range, right? Well, even shards, right? I'm not even doing shards in that manner. Um, uh, I'm doing every zone is its own server. We may have to do layering like in classic WoW. And you know, oh, this level is filled up, you know, throw up a new instance of that level. Um, and so it's that type of thing. And so it'd be awesome if one server can handle like 500 players on that server, right? And there's two limits, right? There's software limit and then there's hardware limit. And so when you get a server in PlayFab, you get access to like 2, 4, 6, 8 core servers. And right now we're using the bare minimum because it's testing, so it's 2 core servers. So there's a world where the server could handle 500,000 players, but then Unreal Engine has a dedicated server per instance, maybe craps out around 250 people. So you could have that one server run, you know, 4 versions of it or something like that. Oh, I'm gonna die again. Oh, I'm out of stamina. Shit. I'm totally dead. I killed him though. There's also game design limits because when you get 500 people or more in one place, it stops being a game. It becomes a real life management sim or basically noise. Well, remember, I'm not saying 500 people in one spot. I'm just saying on a level, right? And so like this is my level, right? I've actually separated it into a newbie yard and a like level 10 plus place. So you could have X amount of people here. And so this is this is actually a network replication text, right? And so in Unreal Engine, there's net relevancy. And so everyone in the newbie yard will not be replicated to everyone over here. So it's a, there's a network optimization standpoint there. But then this itself is one level, right? And so one server is running both of these zones or areas. And then if you come down here, we have and you click this door, it loads you into our first dungeon, which right now is just one raid boss. But that one raid boss zone would be its own server as well. And then for whatever reason, if maybe we hit our player cap of 500 people in this level, we would start a new instance, right? And then you get into different complexities of like how, like, again, like you can have 2, 4, 8 core, 16 core servers through PlayFab or something or whatever it is. And so it could be a 8 core server is what we need to maybe run 20 instances of that zone type thing. If we need it, even if we need it, right? So that's kind of like what that is. But we have just so you know, Spacross, we have 3 core features to what we're doing. So we have a rotation ruin combat system, right? And I'll just go over here real quick, so I don't have to keep killing stuff or dying. Got target dummies down here. Okay, so our rotation ruins, you see that your feet, you rotate through ruins. Some classes rotate through auto attacks. I'm still like, every class could be different, but most of the time it's auto attacks. When your ruins turn red, your next ability will be a critical ability or a critical cast. So there's no crit chance in the game. It's all critical abilities. Every 5 auto attacks gives you a critical ability. And so like right now, you have 8 buttons on the bottom, but it could actually lead to 48 abilities off 8 buttons, because you have R1, R2, R3 base for that button. Then you have R1 crit, R2 crit, and R3 crit off that button. To simplify them, I'm like R1 crit, or R1 is exposed weakness, which is lower those armors. R1 crit is going to do the same thing but better. So that's how I'm kind of like simplifying a little bit. And so right now I have like R3, so now that's backstab, it's a crit, right? But on that same button E, R1 here is exposed weakness and then a bleed, right? And so I lowered with one button, I lowered the target's armor, applied a bleed, and then I can backstab as well. And so the rogue is like, the rogue was like a bit of a rough design pass this month. And so I'm trying to make them a positional character. So you have like front attacks, left attacks, back attacks, and then right side attacks. And so right now it's a lot of the same. It's a lot of just like, you can apply different type of armor debuffs per side, bleeds per side. So a lot of debuff and kind of team member, party member stuff. But then you also get your auto attack, like an auto attack champion. So on all our 3s, I can do like a Q, gives me a auto attack power buff. I can do the same for backstab, gives a power buff type thing. And so it just makes your auto attack start doing a lot of damage. So now I'm doing 22 damage and stuff. 18, 16, 17. That then, like I said, going to the Registry of Chronicles, like I meant before. This is a kind of our questing and achievement thing combined into one. And so instead of like right now it's just experience gains, but in the future it could be items, equipment, crafting things, recipes, you name it. I always give the example of maybe you're a cleric, go kill 100 undead, you get the Smite Undead spell. And so it's very kind of class-specific loot rewards for your character and personal progression type stuff. That slides into the camp system. I'll use my fast travel here, go over to the other zone. It's a bit more built out. So this is the other zone, or like the other area I was showing you before. If you hit the map, you can kind of see, again, we say we're EverQuest and WoW combined, like EverQuest and WoW had a baby type thing with modern like quality of life features. And so we have a map, you can see at nighttime, we have fast travel, all those things. And if you hover over the different areas, you can see the different camps that are in the zone. And you can like see what type of loot that's going to be available for you. Obviously our tooltips are kind of basic for this right now, but in the future they'll be much more improved. But every camp in the future, the goal is to have like 5 bosses at each one, and they all drop, you know, 3 to 5 unique pieces of loot for different classes. And so that's the gameplay loop, is going to these camps with a bunch of people, even by yourself, like, or like WoW EverQuest combo is outdoor zones are more influenced by WoW, and you can have like solo, duo, trio like groups, whereas dungeons are a bit more influenced by EverQuest, where they're meant to be full groups, challenging content that punish you harder if you mess up, but have better rewards. That goes into our last thing it goes into is Metamorphosis, which is our crafting for monsters. So all monsters here will drop essence. You can craft into crystals. Those crystals will actually increase the levels of the camp. So if you're level 15, these are all level 10 to 14 camps. Excuse me. You can increase the camp by like 5 levels. So it'd be level 15 to 19. Give better experience, better loot, and bosses will actually spawn empowered as fabled bosses that drop like better versions of their loot. And all the loot you get in these areas will be used in some way in the future to craft the best gear in the game. And so you're going to want to, like, we're really about enjoying the journey. And so it's important for you to just go ahead and get the items you need now at lower levels that you're going to need and require in future levels. So it's trying to make you not rush through the game, but really plan out your route and enjoy the journey type thing. Just making sure all the monsters are spawned over here. Yeah, they are. Okay. And this still has a market fit after all these years. It was under the impression the genre is relatively dying. I mean, MMOs are the genre is stagnant for sure. Like, you're not wrong about that. But new MMOs haven't found their place in what the MMO experience, like, the MMO genre has lost its identity, right? There's all that talk about, like, the first MMOs were really unique and novel because there was no such thing as social media, right? And so it was like the first forms of social media in a game format. And that's why they were kind of very interesting and unique. And so without that, like, being very social experience, and like all these games have tried to sway away from being very social and more solo play, well, now you're no longer really an MMO, right? Like, all the retail WoW classic stuff, or retail WoW and modern MMOs, they're not as social. They're very, very solo focused. You might be playing with other people, but you're mostly on your own doing your own thing. And so that's one of the reasons why our combat is intentionally slower paced some of our thesis is we want slow-paced combat. We don't want you to button mash. That's partly because we want skill to become from not a like button mashed rotation. We want it to come from like game knowledge, positioning, environment awareness, um, those type of things, execution. We don't want it to be about button mashing. And so what that does is when you're in combat, you can actually chat and socialize and talk in the group. And that's the kind of the idea that we want to kind of bring back. And so it goes back, one of our philosophies is like RTS games back in the day were like known as the high actions per minute games, like StarCraft and Warcraft. And I'd argue that most modern MMOs, their combat is just as bad as StarCraft and Warcraft type thing. And so you're probably you're just like, my hands were killing me when I was playing New World, right? I enjoyed New World a decent amount. There was a lot of things I didn't like with it. But when I played, my hands would just cramp up because you have to literally spam your auto attack the entire time. And so, and like it drove me nuts when I was a tank in a group, and there's this mentality of if you don't complete that dungeon in 15 minutes instead of 18 minutes, everyone's trash, and we're going to leave the group and waste everyone's time. And so it's like this meta of pull everything, AoE cleave everything, and I'm a caster. I'm going to go help pull, and we're going to cleave everything down. If someone dies, it's their fault. You're all terrible. Like all these things, right? And that meta, like it drove me nuts. I'm like, you're telling me you would rather complete this like four time like 4 minutes faster, but massive risk of dying and slowing us down anyways, instead of going 4 minutes slower and just pull a couple packs at a time. Like it drove me. It infuriated me. The AoE cleave meta, and like it's sort of in that like M plus meta, right? Like it's in WoW too. Like you go through dungeons and AoE cleave everything. Everything's pull everything, cleave it all, and that's dungeons. There's no strategy. There's no conceptual of thinking of anything. Just pull everything and stat check it, pop cooldowns, and that's a dungeon. And it's something I don't want to recreate that. So I think I've tested everything on the rogue here that I need to test. Let me get all my other abilities. Test. Oop. That is how I feel every time I see you clash with the other side on LoL. Yeah. Looks so chaotic. It can be very chaotic in LoL. But yeah, so you're absolutely right. MMOs have lost their identity. And that's why people are trying to recapture. That's why everyone's trying to make classic MMOs and bring back some of that. Bring back some of that to the MMO genre, and like you see it with all these kind of new, all these weird like MMO lights are coming out. People are playing, like Genshin Impact. I swear to God, like I feel like it would have 10x its money if it was an MMO. If they made like all champions farmable, all all of those, like make it subscription based, all champions farmable. Everyone has to farm the champion they want to farm. Everyone wants to get like, and not just farm the champion, but farm the Celestials too, and make it an actual MMO game. Like, dear God, I feel like it would have made more than the 4 billion it made, or whatever it is. I wish they made the MMOs they portray in anime, not the trapped in VR ones. All boys down to fan service, single player gotchas. I know. The stupid part is so many of the gotcha games are actually good games. They just the monetization destroys it, and then they always have like lack of co-op features. I was so excited. Like I got four. I made 4 accounts for Genshin when it came out. Because I have 3 kids. One special needs, but the other two, I was getting them into playing it. And then I look up a little bit on him, like, oh, okay, we need to do co-op. We have to be level 16. So I leveled them all up to level 16. And then I realize when we're doing co-op, you can't even progress quests together. You can't even do like the stamina hunting stuff together. Like all basics stuff you can't even do together. Like, are you kidding me? It's like, oh my God. Alright, so now I have left side attacks, frontal attacks. So I do think I need something that, like, allows me to pick and choose what type of... Like, maybe when I'm stealth, it rotates through. That's actually super dope. Stealth rotates through rotation ruins. Um, yeah, that would be huge. Because then I could choose what I want to open with. It gives me options and like player agency. And so like normally you just want like a backstab ambush, right? But if you want to just open up with a lot of dots or something, you could. So dot, I'm gonna do a stun. Right side. I thought I was gonna do a right side dot. Okay, stun. Home modes. All right, here we go. Here's the pull. Camp split, baby. Hey, what are you doing? Not supposed to be doing that. Why is he walking back right away? I'll have to figure out that later. No. You guys didn't see this. Never happened. Do you plan on making a living like world, or is it a theme park? It's mostly, I would say, closer to theme park. We do have like survivalist elements, right? Like all our foliage is lootable. Like you can like, so there's a lot of crafting going to be in the game. You can walk up and everything and just start chopping it. All the flowers, power spice. We have like a whole crafting thing, all that stuff. So there's gonna be a lot of like survivalish stuff. We want that idea. Like we're very influenced by Delicious in Dungeon. We love that show, and so that we want to really incorporate that idea of like gather your supplies, stock up, and go dungeon dive. You know, with your group of people. Um, and get some fat loot. Ooh, boss up. EFO's up. Let me see if I can actually pull these guys out. That one worked. All right, so one clunkiness thing is when I kick like that, I need to put left side attacks on R and right side attacks on E to make it more positional to your character and not it's your right and your left. I think that makes it a bit more easy to digest in your brain. Because otherwise, you have to like pivot like this and use R, or pivot like this and use E, Q, or Shift. You got your first level chopping down trees, yeah. We love to like. You will eventually lose experience when you die, but we're gonna like overload you with ways to get experience, right? That's where like the chronicle, all this stuff comes in. Like there's exploration in the game. Like, oh, I explored 6 places. 1,500 XP. Boom. What the hell? My auto attack must have been on. Dot. Dot. You did. I'm like a kind of a higher level now. Level 8. Might as well get some goblin bones. Ah. Okay, dot. Kick. Dot. Kick. Dot. And I'm dead. Or am I? Alright, campfire. The campfire just spawned on my head. Is there collision on the campfire? I could turn that off. That's a QA. Turn off collision on the campfire. Also rogue. Rogue. Swap. Shift and R. More intuitive to play. I'm going to continue my spawn splitting adventure here. So I can throw dagger, get this guy pulled out. Keep doing the wrong one. Alright, stealth. Distract. I'm so annoyed because I had distract perfectly working. Patrol. Okay, well, y'all are cheating. That's what you're doing. Um, distract on patrols. Weirdly, not working now. They instantly return to the patrol after reaching distract point. I keep forgetting what to press. Um, all right, do that, and that. All right, I think overall I got my notes down on the rogue. What the heck revealed me? I feel like something revealed me. All right, let's see what EFO drops. Respawn. Can I type fast enough? We got the Cone of Mysteries. All right, Goblin coin thing. All right, so we're at +0 right now. Use the crystal. +2. Why is it +2? That's so strange. All right, rogue's done. That's some good design things I gotta swap up before the final build. Let me shoot off. Set my class to. So I did cleric. Let's go to mage. Level back down to 1. Let's walk over. I might as well just walk back over to the start. Alright, we're now on the mage. I really wish I knew why the... I don't know if it's because it can't be because I have this open. For some reason, the Cinti Studio stuff doesn't load the textures. I even made my own material. Like, it was so weird it actually loaded back in as I walked in here. Like, what is up with that? So weird. Yes, it came back. Like, what is with that? Oh, I forgot. Blink in here is kind of broken. I feel like Mage Fireball's probably a little weak. Just gonna wait out my, technically the crit's gonna make a lot of difference though. So the Mage has the first passive where on crit you stack burn. Boom. Alright, Mage needs a little bit of love on fireball damage. Fireball damage. I'm gonna die. No. I'm going to like Mage, Blink at level 2. Avoids them using it in the cave. So the R3 fireball for such a long cast time definitely needs to do more. I would say almost at least 1.5 times that amount. Yeah, maybe even double. Alright, let's just, that's pretty obvious, then that needs to be fixed. Level up, test, character, 3, 4, 7. Did that actually level me up? It did. Alright, so I guess Blink was on level 2 for some reason. Alright, Bombard. Oh, this is gonna like dramatically change. So crit. Boom, 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 boom. Stack that burn. Ooh, a staff. Yeah, Bombard is definitely killing it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So Bombard's doing a lot of work. Now we have Drain Heat Fireball. So let's give this a shot. So a Drain Heat Fireball crit. Boom. Now it did 138. Alright, so Mage needs to rotate Ruins when sitting as well. So I can choose the right rotation Ruin. Drain Heat Fireball. Alright, I want to do Q for bombard. I might just kill it. Or I'll mid up here. Alright, so now I want to do bombard into R2 for bonus burn damage. Into another bombard. Oh, it's dead. There's the level 4. Alright, bombard. Into our empower. Now it's hitting for 40. Another bombard. It's gonna be dead. So that's working. I have scorched ground. Eat my fire. I'm dead. Ooh, now it's ignite. So now we can just literally do bombard. And ignite. Boom. Executed. Boom. Alright, those are whatever. Yeah, I think mage is good. Let's set my little things here. I have to go to bed. I need to take a nap. I got some stuff to fix before the final build too, so I've looked at the cleric, the mage, the rogue, and the archer. So tomorrow I have the warrior and the enchanter to do. Well, when I wake up in like 5 or 6 hours. But everything else, like the server is running fine. No crashing's happening. There's just some little design tweaks to make it a better experience. So like making sure there's no crashes and stuff is number one. And there's no game-breaking bugs. My one little login issue I had is gone. So, toodaloos, everyone. Gestra, as always, thank you so much for hanging around, and thank you so much for my first affiliate sub. That is so awesome. I am very appreciative of that. And I'll probably be back online in 5 or 6 hours. And streaming the rest of the QA, the local QA. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Spellcross, thank you for the follow. And I hope you guys want to test the game out again Thursday. Literally tomorrow, I'm going to attempt to have everything online by like 10 a.m. Unless something specific comes up, I'll be trying to aim for that. I'm dead. Ooh. Or am I? Yo, Kim Jong, you subbed with Prime. Oh, hey, Prime. My first Prime sub too. Nice. Where's the spiel? You know, I need a little card. Hey everyone, did you know if you have Amazon Prime that you can give someone a Prime sub? my first Prime spiel. Thank you so much, Kim. I really mean how thankful I am, guys. Like, I would love to be able to just stream and make a living off building Ruins of Tearyn. Like, that would be not only a dream come true, but also, like, in the current funding environment, in the current job environment, the industry's like, it's just in such a tough spot right now. And it would be just so cool to be able to wake up every day knowing my bills are paid, while building an indie MMO, man. That's the dream. And especially because I am committed to playtesting every month. So it's not just me building in a silo. It's making sure everyone's having fun and playing, and I'm actually getting feedback with everything. And we've already had several playtests. If you're unfamiliar, Spellcross and stuff, we've had playtests, and I've played with Gestra. I've played with Lazy Lion, and a few others. We've had like 10 to 20 hours spent leveling our characters up, and that's just one character. So there's already a good amount of content experience, and there's only going to be more and more of that. It's only going to get better and better. And we've definitely figured out our kind of gameplay loop, as you call it. And we're polishing up the. Yeah. So it's mostly just me right now. So my wife has built out the world. But like, so if you didn't catch, we built Vertical Third from 2019 to 2022. Vertical Third's a massive game architecture. I'm not sure if you saw any of those links there. Let me pull that up. We got $100,000 in awards from Epic Games for the Epic Mega Grant program. And it's like a massive game. It's a massive game architecture, right? And so Ruins of Tearyn is built using our tech, right? We built that tech with in mind in the future of building an indie MMO. We just built the tech first. And so we've, even though the project only started in like basically January 2025, we officially started the project in like November, December, but that was mostly just skinning the base vertical third with marketplace assets. And then we created our trailer in 2020 in January, and then we were on the Unreal Engine live stream on in March, like basically 3 months after. Basically, a few months after we started the project, we were playing live on the Unreal Engine live stream. And so, even though the project's relatively new, and again, like last year, it was like less than part-time hours we worked on it. Then since February, I've been kind of more part-time-ish on it as well. Not quite full-time, but probably around part-time hours. Like this month, I definitely did a lot more, I think, than usual, but yeah, so like we have 3 years of our tech and game architecture stuff kind of figured out, so it's very easy for us to modify it and build from a strong foundation. All right, the fire degradation. Description is off. Same with scorch down. Okay, scorch ground might be OP. There's one last thing I need to test. Test whether when rain is gone, reconnect, does rain start again? So that's my last little thing I'm going to do here. I guess let me level up test care 2347. Why is this not working? Level up. Must have spelled something wrong. Let's obliterate something. Here comes the flame beam. Well, you know what? Well, let's do it this way first, I guess. Oh, the flame was haunting. Oh, that's weird. So one, I didn't do mage ultimate, put cooldown back. Flame wisp haunting. Didn't work on boar. All right. What we got? Something weird is up with the flame beam. I think it's just still on cooldown. Yeah, that's what it is. I set the flame beam cooldown to like 5 seconds, but all the other ones are set to like 300 seconds. So if I get rid of the crit, saved. Maybe. Of course. Alright, so we're getting the lit daylight out. I gotta try this now. So I had a bug with weather that once it started to rain the first time, when you reconnect, it would automatically start raining for your client, even though the world might not be. So now we just reopen. See, now it's raining again, so that didn't get fixed. So this stuff started again. Maybe it's just not ending when it needs to end. Oh, wait. It's stopping. Okay. So at least that's supposed to be correct. Let's try once more. Yeah, it's still doing it. At least though it seems like it's fixing itself. So it's a step in the right direction. Before it would just stay raining. All right. Well, I'm going to throw in the towel here. Take a nap. Um, Again, I said this already, but thank you guys so much for the subs. That's amazing. Like my first day of affiliate and getting 2 subs, that's amazing. Um, really appreciate you guys. I'll be back soon enough. I'm just taking a nap, and I'll be getting these servers, doing my last little couple of changes and QA passes, and we're gonna get this thing online. See you guys soon.